Good evening and welcome to our special election coverage. The exit polls are now in, offering the first nationwide snapshot of voter sentiment in today's local elections. For a closer look at what the numbers reveal, we turn to our Kim Bo-kyung first. Bo-kyung.
Tammy, I'm here at Arirang's extended reality XR studio. Let's take a closer look at the voter turnout first. Starting with how many people have voted by 5 p.m. Data from the National Election Commission shows that an estimated 57.4% of the country's eligible voters, that is, those born on or before June 4, 2008, have voted in the election. That means 25,617,431 people out of the 44,649,908 eligible voters have cast their ballots. In each of the past 5 elections, voter turnout has exceeded the 50% mark. The highest turnout over the past 2 decades was recorded in 2018 during the 7th local elections, when more than 60% of eligible voters cast their ballots. The most recent elections saw the lowest turnout, finishing just about 50%. Currently is 57.4%, having surpassed previous local elections voter turnout already at 3 p.m. Eyes are now on whether it will surpass 60%. Now, looking at the regional voter turnout. Out of the country's 16 provinces and cities, Jeollanam-do province showed the highest voter turnout with 63.6%. But if you combine Gwangju City, as they are set to launch the integrated Gwangju-Jeonnam special metropolitan city, the rate stands at 58.4%. The next in line with the highest voter turnout is Gangwon-do province with 61.9%, followed by Jeollabuk-do province with 60.2%. The lowest voter turnout was recorded in Jeju Island with 53.8%. Now let's take a look at the exit polls by public broadcaster KBS. The poll results show that the Democratic Party of Korea was projected to win 14 key races for mayors and provincial governors against the People Power Party's 2. 4 regions are reportedly in tight race, but currently Democratic Party of Korea is leading. Let's specifically take a look at the exit polls for key battleground areas. First of all, for Seoul City Mayor, the Democratic Party of Korea's Jung Won-ho is going up against the People Power Party's Oh Se-eun, with Jung Won-ho in the lead. Then we have Daegu City, where the Democratic Party of Korea's Kim Bu-kyum is in competition with the People Power Party's Chu Kyung-ho. Currently, the exit poll says Chu Kyung-ho is in the lead with 49.9%, but the race is very tight. Turning to the race in Busan City, the Democratic Party of Korea's Jeon Jae-soo is going up against the People Power Party's Park Hyung-jun for mayor. And Jeon Jae-soo is ahead of Park Hyung-jun right now with 50.2%. Moving on to Gyeonggi-do, the nation's most populous province, the Democratic Party of Korea's Choo Mi-ae is going up against the People Power Party's Yang Hyang-ja for governor, and Choo Mi-ae is poised for a clear victory for now. For Incheon mayor, the Democratic Party of Korea's Park Chan-dae is going up against the People Power Party's Yoo Jung-bok, and Park Chan-dae has the upper hand with 53.7%. When it comes to the Ulsan City Mayor position, the Democratic Party of Korea's Kim Sang-uk is going up against the People Power Party's Kim Do-kyum, and Kim Sang-uk is in the lead. Turning to Sejong, the Democratic Party of Korea's Jo Sang-woo is going up against the People Power Party's Choi Min-woo for mayor, and Jo Sang-woo holds the big advantage at the moment. Moving on to the Daejeon mayoral race, the Democratic Party of Korea's Heo Tae-jung is going up against the People Power Party's Lee Jang-woo, and according to the exit poll, Heo Tae-jung currently holds the edge. Turning to the Jeonnam Gwangju City governor race, the Democratic Party of Korea's Min Young-bae is competing against the People Power Party's Lee Jung-hyun, and Min Young-bae appears to be leading quite significantly. In Gangwon Province, the Democratic Party of Korea's Woo Sang-ho is facing up against the People Power Party's Kim Jin-tae, and Woo Sang-ho is projected to come out on top based on the exit poll with 51.3%. In the Gyeongsang-Bukdo Province race, the Democratic Party of Korea's Oh Jun-gi is running against the People Power Party's Lee Chol-woo, and Lee Chol-woo has a significant lead with 69.7%. Turning to Gyeongsang-Namdo Province, the Democratic Party of Korea's Kim Kyung-soo is competing against the People Power Party's Park Won-soo, with Kim Kyung-soo enjoying an advantage at this stage. In the race for Chungcheon-Bukdo governor, the Democratic Party of Korea's Shin Yong-han is taking on the People Power Party's Kim Myung-hwan, and Shin Yong-han has established an early lead. Turning to Chungcheon-Namdo Province, the Democratic Party of Korea's Park Soo-hyun is facing off against the People Power Party's Kim Tae-eum for governor, with Park Soo-hyun emerging as the front runner with 52.1%. Finally, on Jeju Island, the Democratic Party of Korea's Ri Sung-gon is competing against the People Power Party's Moon Sung-yu for governor, and Ri Sung-gon appears to be leading based on the exit poll with 62.2%. Moving on to the by-elections. Out of 14 local districts where by-elections are taking place, we need to take a look at 3 major areas. First, in Pyeongtaek-B, the Democratic Party of Korea's Kim Yong-nam is competing against the People Power Party's Yoo Hee-dong and Rebuilding Korea Party's Jo Guk. Jo Guk is currently leading according to the exit poll, but it is indeed a tight race. Finally, in the Busan-Buk A by-election, the Democratic Party of Korea's Ha Jung-woo is running against the People Power Party's Bang Min-sik and independent candidate Han Dong-un, with Ha Jung-woo out in front according to the exit poll, but in a tight race against Han Dong-un. This is the current race at this hour. I'll be back in our later newscast for more updates. Back to you, Tammy.